Good evening, everyone. This is David here tonight, and I just wanted to do this quick video, basically just to touch base with everyone, to let you know how I've been doing. Um, Finishing up with the holidays. The pagan Christmas holiday just passed, and we're going into the new year of the calendar, where people will know that we're going into the 2016 year. But in fact, we really don't know what year we're actually in. We're just going by what the Zionists give us, the calendar years and stuff. But that's a long story short. Anyway, like I said, I just wanted to touch base with y'all, let y'all know what's been happening lately, let y'all know that I'm alive and well, and I'm still here, still doing my WoW videos, and still progressing, still going higher into the kingdom. It's been, how long has it been? It's been a year journey now. I've been on this journey for a year. Despite the church thing, me being in church for many years since I was younger, I've been on this journey as a truth seeker, following Yahweh on my own for a year now. And it's just been an amazing experience because I've met quite a few people. I've learned so much. I've came to terms with so many things. I even started changing things in my own lifestyle and seeing things totally different. Also fasting and stuff, learning how to fast and pray, being more consistent and building that relationship with Yahweh and Yahushai, which is something that's been prominent for the last year. And amazingly, what I can say that people is that it was scary at first. It was scary because I felt like I wasn't going to make it this far. I felt like I couldn't go as far as I did, or should I say as I'm going now, but I keep pressing forward, even through all my trials and tribulations, even through all the persecution upon me. For some reason, Yahushua, he's still guiding me through it all, through all the persecution, through all my trials and tribulations. Yahushua is continuing to be a blessing in my life. And along the way, I've made a few friends, and they're not around me anymore. They've turned on me, but that's fine, because even in the Bible it says that everything that's done with man, everything with man is not possible, but with the Lord, everything is possible. And that's exactly what I believe. I believe that anything is possible with the Lord and instead of man. And I've learned a hard lesson as we're going into this new year. I learned that I can do better. I can become a better person with the help and the grace of Yahushua. Taking steps to change myself was something that I didn't even know that I needed to work on to be changed. I mean, just even looking back at my life and to where I'm at now, I've just seen just a significant difference in my life within the last year. And I'm just so proud of myself. Even when I began the WoW back in April, I just noticed that, wow, like really, like even when I first started with my first few videos, up until the latest videos I've done now, you can just see that the progression and the willingness and the efforts that I put into my work to make sure that whatever I put out there, people receive the word, they understand the word, and they get delivered. Reaching souls and saving souls and stuff. It's just an amazing thing. And of course, people still continue to persecute me for being a homosexual. And that's fine. Do what you must. Do as you please. That's perfectly fine. But Yahweh told me himself some months ago, he told me that it's what he feels about me which is important, and not what others feel about me. And that was just an amazing thing to hear from Yahweh myself. Also, even when I came into the kingdom and I left church finally, when I first came into the truth, basically, it took me a few months just to get out of church because I didn't want to leave. It was that stronghold that it had on me. It was like a spell that was having me bound to continue going to church. And it took me a while just to cut those ties and to just venture out on my own. And it's crazy when you do that, when you venture on your own, Yahushua works with you because you're stepping out in faith. I didn't need church. Nobody needs church. And for you people, did you not know that church actually was supposed to be the body? It wasn't supposed to be a building. What they did, they took the church thing and they made it into a building to profit off of it. Just a little insight on that. And it's amazing when I left church was when I started receiving the gifts of Daniel. The reason why I call it the gift of Daniel because the dreams that I was getting, that I've been getting for the last year, has been very symbolic. It's opened my eyes to various things. It's opened my eyes to the truth. It's opened my eyes to stuff that's happening in my life, stuff that's going to be happening in my life in the future. You know, it was something that I didn't even ask for. It was just given to me. It's like when you're a follower of Yahweh and you're just reborn again, and you're coming back as a new birth in righteousness and holiness. It's like you're leaving your old life behind. And not saying that leaving your entire life behind isn't possible, but I believe that in steps, it takes in steps to finally reach your goal. Rome wasn't built in a day, and it takes a lot to build character. It takes a lot to becoming a different person in this wicked demonic world that we live in. Also, by surrounding yourself by positive things and just putting all your effort into following the Lord Yahushua and getting closer to Him and let Him be your guide. And that's what I've been doing, is basically letting Him be my guide. And He's shown me so many things. And the reason why I really wanted to do this video tonight, people, is because, yesterday we had the pagan Christmas holiday, which, unfortunately, I wasn't really interested in doing it. But my mother was in town, and I did agree that I was going to spend the holidays with her. And for me, I really didn't really care about the pagan Christmas holiday. It's very demonic. Also, the Lord was showing me some dreams about these pagan holidays. He showed me a dream about Halloween. He showed me a dream about Thanksgiving, and he showed me a dream about Christmas. I'm sorry, I was going to say Thanksgiving twice. And in the dreams, they were just my family members who weren't getting along. They were arguing, and when it's supposed to be a holiday gathering, a holy day gathering, it turned out to be something dysfunctional in one sense. Now, for the Christmas dream, the Lord showed me that my family members were arguing and that they weren't getting along. And that was the reason why I really didn't want to go to see my family members. And some of them were in town, like my mom. But I really did it for my mom because she was in town. I love her to death and stuff. And, you never know what's going to happen. I could go before her, or she can go before me. But at least that I got to cherish that one last moment with her, because even for some people who aren't in the truth and who haven't come out of the matrix, they're not going to understand the truth. And sometimes even Yahweh can understand, not really observing the holidays, but maybe partaking in it, but not fully going all out. So, with me, they did the whole little Secret Santa thing, which was perfectly fine, because I had to worry about buying gifts for people I don't even really like. And to be honest with you people, you have a lot of family members out there that you just truly don't like. You really don't. And a lot of family members don't click. And it's really funny to me how you don't really hear from them in months. They don't call, they don't text you, they don't really ask to spend time with you. They're secretly against you. They secretly don't like you. And then all of a sudden, for one day, everyone wants to come together and sing Kumbaya and hold hands. It's just really all fake to me. But to please my mother, I just went ahead and did it. And so the gifts that I had gotten ironically, we did a little Secret Santa thing. So I had my grandmother. She had a birthday a few days ago, and she had the Christmas. So I got her two things and a card. Now, what I did, which was simply, I didn't get anything that was gift wrapping that had anything to do with Christmas. I didn't get no Christmas cards. Everything was pretty much bland color, nothing Christmassy about it, So, so technically, I really wasn't celebrating Christmas. I just happened to be being around family members who were celebrating it. So that's pretty much the difference. And the whole ordeal about Christmas is that it's really a celebration for Nimrod, the sun god, basically, Babylonian and all those ancient pagan gods and stuff. And even in the scriptures, it says not to cut down a tree and decorate it, because that's very demonic as well. But you have many Christians out there and so-called followers of Yah who, have the trees that were cut down and decorating their house and Christmas music. And don't you know that the Christmas holiday is the most expensive holiday? Like, people spend billions and billions and billions of dollars on freaking Christmas, and Halloween is the second holiday that people spend the most. So, Yahweh hates this holiday the most. He hates this holiday more than Halloween, because everyone's just worshiping Satan and worshiping Nimrod. That's all that's happening. It has nothing to do with Yahushua being born, because he wasn't born on December 25th. He was born in the spring. And you just have to do your research, people. It's all there. Even in some countries, people weren't even allowed to celebrate Christmas. It was so much demonic stuff behind it. So all you have to do is just do your research, and you can find it. So getting back to what I was saying, so the Lord showed me a dream about my family members on Christmas are arguing and weren't getting along. And sure enough, Christmas came around the other day, which was yesterday. And for me, like, I was getting ready to head out. I had the gifts ready. They, like I said, they weren't wrapped in anything Christmassy. So I was getting ready to leave, and I couldn't find my key. That was the first mishap. That was a sign from Yahweh telling me basically not to go. So I couldn't find my key. I was searching all around my room for a half an hour, and it's bad enough that I left my regular key at my hairdresser. Now I can't find the spare key, so now I have to look for that, or I have to make 3 more spare keys, whatever. So that was the first mishap. So when I got to the place, eventually, everything seemed fine. Everyone was calm and collected. The other family members that were coming who weren't there, those are the ones I really don't get along with, because they're very catty and they act funny and they act like they don't want to be around me and stuff, and which is perfectly fine, So, but I knew they were coming. But something told me, I don't know, it didn't seem right, because I really didn't want to celebrate this holiday, but I'm doing it for my mother just to please her, and she doesn't understand that's true. But really, I really did not want to be there. It was Christmas music and decorations, Christmas everywhere. It's just like, oh Lord, and I literally had to pray Yahushua, to say, Yahushua, please forgive me, and I'm just doing this for my mom. And I prayed upon it, for forgiveness and partaking in this holiday subliminally, but not really observing it. And I'm sure he can understand that, because my mom has a disability, and she wouldn't understand this. So I'm quite sure, he would let me off the hook with, just being in that atmosphere that was filled with Christmas and everything. So, so everything was going smoothly. The other family members came, but of course when they got there, they didn't hug me or, say whatever. And I was pretty much keeping my distance as much as possible. And then also my aunt's friend came there, who was basically a drunkard. She came there already drunk, basically, and she just venting, just all upset because her mother has cancer, which is fine. Her mother has cancer. We can understand that. But with the whole emotional and all the being a drunkard and all that stuff, and just coming around there just really puts like a damper in the whole holy day thing. And so basically there was some tension going on in the house. From what I sensed, there were some arguments that ensued earlier that day. From my understanding, basically, but just observing everybody, people just seem calm, collect, some distance, of course, with me. I don't understand why people are so distant with me. I don't know, but from what I understand, that even with people that have demons inside them, for someone that has light in them, they don't want to be around that person. They, can't stand to be around that person. So either it's the homosexual part or just, having that light upon me. Some people just can't stand me, which is fine. Let them do as they must. I'm still going to be me at the end of the day. I'm still going to do my work for the Lord's kingdom at the end of the day as a homosexual. It's whatever. It's perfectly fine. But getting back to the story, so I just kind of, for me, like, I just had a few drinks. Like, I had like maybe a few glasses of wine, just to set the mood, basically, to keep my myself in check. But here's the crazy part, people. Like, I could hear like these loud bells ringing in my ears. They were these loud bells that kept ringing, and usually when I get those bells, it's usually Yahushua trying to connect with me spiritually, and I have to like meditate and whatever, just to have him reach me. Or sometimes it's a warning sign, or he's trying to tell me something. So the bells are ringing in my ears. I'm in the other room trying to keep away from these people I don't even like and want to be around. I'm in the room with my little cousin, who, she's fine. I'm cool with her. The bells are ringing in my ear. It's like, so I'm like, yes, Yahweh, yes, Yahushai. What is it? And then the bells stop. The bells stop ringing. Isn't that crazy? And it wasn't like I didn't know what they wanted. I already knew what they were trying to tell me. They were trying to tell me that they didn't really want me there, or something's going to happen, or some arguments are going to escalate and stuff. So I just couldn't leave, though, because my mom was there. I love her to death, and I just can't, just turn her down, basically. And it's been some years since we last spent this pagan holiday together. So I just really stuck it out. I just, I let it ride and just continue to just press on forward and stay longer as much as I can. So that we were dancing, we were having fun, we ate and we drank and stuff. I'm quite sure a couple of us family members had a little too much to drink. So what happened was that my cousins started arguing, the two sisters, they started arguing back and forth because their mom was tipsy and they didn't want her riding in the car. So they were fighting over the keys, basically, because they wanted the keys to their mom's car. There was two daughters. The older daughter told her that their mother wasn't going to give them the keys. So it was this really big ordeal. Even before the whole key thing, they were trying to hook their phones up to the stereos and stuff. And then when it was time to leave, all of a sudden, they left really early, like 7 o'clock at night, which is very early, like very odd. They only stayed for 3, 4, 5. They only stayed for like a few hours, about 4 hours almost, but still kind of early to me, if you ask me. So even before they left, there was some I wouldn't say little arguments, but there was like a lot of having attitudes of a smart aleck, basically, between the two cousins about which wires go back into the right stereo and stuff. So that's how that began. Also, my cousin who was pregnant, her boyfriend recently broke up with her, and then my aunt's friend, who's a drunkard, was questioning her about her boyfriend, like, are they going to get married? Are y'all going to get married? Just asking personal questions. And I can tell she was already getting upset, because when you get a drunkard who keeps nagging at you and just keeps questioning you and stuff, you just don't want to be bothered. So that's how that started, basically. And so my cousin who's pregnant, she called. She was saying that she's tired of being around people who's always drunk all the time, and that just really set everything off. So that arguments started happening. There was no fighting, don't worry about that. It was really a lot of arguing as people were leaving the house. Also, my brother up in New Jersey, he was having a problem with his girlfriend and stuff, and there's just a lot going on with the family members. And Yahweh was telling me this in my dreams. That's the crazy part, how this came to pass. He was showing me that there was going to be some arguments and stuff. Now, he showed it to me on Halloween, but there was no arguments on Halloween. But the thing was, there was a lot of my aunt's drunkard friend was there, and of course, she was holding us up, and everything started late. Nothing happened on Halloween. On Thanksgiving, nothing happened on Thanksgiving. Everything went smoothly. But on Christmas, that's when, things started escalating and the arguments ensued, basically. So that was the dream that Yahweh was showing me. But he was basically showing me that it's going to be one of these pagan holidays where your family members are going to argue and they're not going to get along, and people are going to show their true faces. So after my cousins and stuff leave, and they leave, my mom wanted me to spend the night. I was kind of like iffy about it, like I wasn't sure, because my mom and my grandmother were arguing about my brother now, like this he said, she said crap and stuff. So I was like, I just want to go home. Like, literally, so I called a friend of mine to come pick me up, and he took me home because I didn't want to be around negative people. A group of negative people just left, and now I have to spend the night with negative people. And I was like, ugh. But that was just the messages right there, people. Like I was saying, what y'all was showing me in my dreams was that there was going to be some arguments, and of course, that's what happened. It came to pass. And another thing, with the whole gift of Daniel, the dreams and visions, the amazing part is that a lot of stuff that the Lord shows me, it can be scary stuff, and it can be eye-opening stuff that he wants you to see for yourself, or what's going to happen in the future. And a lot of stuff that he showed me has come to pass. Even with my job, there was some craziness going on there too, because all of a sudden, all the overtime that I've been putting in basically has come to a halt. Like I can't do no overtime no more. And the Lord was showing me some dreams about my job too, about people who basically have it out for me, who want to get me fired too. So the Lord was just showing me, and the crazy part, the Lord was just showing me a couple of things too that I was doing wrong, like I need to stop doing. Like I'm not going to say what it was, that's to myself, between Yahushua and I, but he was showing me specifically, okay, just don't do this and nobody will bother you, and don't do that, nobody will bother you. Like he was literally showing me in the dreams at my job of me doing certain things that I should not be doing, and I should stop doing it, or I'm going to get fired. Now, it's nothing really drastically serious. It's like small time stuff, and what it is wasn't really important. But the most intriguing part is that it was very vital information that the Lord was showing me. Like he was just showing me, just don't do this and don't do that, and you'll be fine. You will continue to prosper. And the crazy part about that too, people, and that Yahushua is so amazing, is that out of all the jobs that I've been fired from, usually because it was someone was against my sexuality, and they will come up with something just to get me fired. This job that I'm at now, I've been there over 2 years now. And the crazy part was that I had a few people who were trying to get me fired at the job that I'm at now. But Yahushua, for some reason, he wants me there, and he continues to help me get through my job, basically. So, whoever tried to, come at me or whatever, Yahushua will always take care of it. Like, for some reason, even through my screw-ups, because I mess up too, I make mistakes. And even from, people trying to get me fired, Yahushua wouldn't allow it. For some reason, he continues to bless me. Like, he was like, keep this job. And in return, I reward him in his kingdom by doing my WoW videos. And it's just amazing how I've been at this job for 2 years, and I came close to getting fired plenty of times. But Yahushua, for some reason, he just seemed to pull me out of that web that had me tangled up. And Yahushua, I just love you so much. You're just so great. Oh, Yahushua, Hamashiach, the Son, the one true living Son of the Lord Yahweh. Oh, yes, Lord. And I just want to share a few things, people. Now, I hope that you guys have been checking out my WoW videos. I've done some really amazing jobs in my recent WoW videos. I did the ones on Beyonce, the MK Ultra programming, and such other things. The Titanic video, I want you guys definitely to check that out, because the Titanic didn't sink, people. The ship Olympic sank, and it looked exactly like the Titanic. They were twin ships. And the thing about that, I'm going to touch base on that. I want you guys to watch it, and it's going to give you evidence that the Titanic that did not sink, but it continued its voyage. The other ship that sank was the Olympic. It wasn't the Titanic. Watch that video, people. The Titanic, a ship that never sank. Watch Beyonce, the MK Ultra synthetic. I go into how Beyonce is MK Ultra programmed, and I go into the synthetic Beyonce. Synthetic is a clone. Beyonce that we see today has she's a clone, basically. That's not the real Beyonce. And sorry, it's freaking all right. And the reason why I say this, people, because I know a lot of fans out there who love Beyonce fanatics. I like Beyonce too. You know, I liked her ever since I was young with Destiny's Child. But after her, I would say her second album, B-Day, you see a totally different Beyonce. That's because that's not the Beyonce anymore. When she came out with her Diva album, the Sasha Fierce, no, not the Diva album, I'm sorry, that's the song. The Sasha Fierce album, you see that the Sasha Fierce, that's the MK Ultra programming, and that's also Beyonce as a synthetic. And you can see the difference compared to when she came out with Destiny's Child, her first album, and her second album. It was a little different Beyonce. Then you go into the whole Beyonce's all, you know, sexy and just, you know, being very sexual, very almost as whorish as well, too. So just watch that video, people. The ones on Beyonce, the MK Ultra programming videos, and among other things. The WoW continues to progress. I told myself I wasn't going to do any more WoW videos until next year, but I wanted to do this update just to touch base with you people, because you people are just really cool. You know, you people support the WoW, and that's just so amazing. I've been reaching so many people. The WoW has over 200 likes. It has quite a few shares and comments, and I want to give shout outs to my haters. Thank you, haters, for listening to my WoW videos and leaving your negative comments, because if I wasn't doing my job right, then I wouldn't be getting negative comments. And I really appreciate you, haters, and I love you, haters. Mwah, mwah. Kisses out to all of you haters. And for the people who love the WoW and support the WoW, thank you for your support. And hopefully I can do some more WoW shout-outs too. I want to start doing the SOS shout-out Saturdays. I want to start doing that again, but I can't do it unless I know exactly who's watching my videos, who's liking and who's commenting and stuff. I know people have been liking it, but I need people who are commenting and liking it consistently so I can give you a WoW shout-out. But I noticed that my videos have been getting lots and lots of views. I have some videos that have close to 1,000 views and a little bit over. So why not? Where's all the likes and stuff, people? So I can then, you know, recognize you and who I'm really targeting. But the main thing is that I want to keep this in mind, is that I can do as many work as possible, because I'm going to keep doing this work for the Lord. I already gave my vow to the Lord that I was going to continue on this journey through thick and thin. Even if I don't change fully, then I'm going to continue following the Lord either way. That was the vow I made to him. And lastly, people, even if I'm reaching one person, even if only one person is watching my WoW videos, then that's good, because I'm doing my job right. I've been reaching more people on Facebook than I have on YouTube, because I get to share my video and works in groups. That's how people get closer to my channel and having understanding of what it is. let's see, is there anything else I need to touch base on? I don't think so. I think I pretty much covered everything. But I really just want to do this video, people, just to catch up with you guys and stuff. Oh, and please feel free to message me, inbox me for any questions that you have. I wouldn't mind reaching out to my followers. And again, thank you for supporting the WoW, and going to continue doing some more WoW videos in the beginning of next year in January. I have quite a few things I need to touch base on. Some videos I haven't done yet that's been on the back burner, been in the background. I'm going to bringing it into the foreground pretty soon. But Yahweh bless everybody, and Yahweh Shai, in Yahweh's name, in the Son, Barakatha. Good night, everyone.